Yes. Make a sentence.
Okay. 食べなければいけません。
食べなければいけません。Yes. So this is another formation we often use. ばいけません。So obviously must. So you're saying it strong
So must not.
instruction.
must do. must do やって。
must do.
must do.
そうですね。食べなければいけません。行かなければいけません。But we don't say actually 行けばいけません。Right? So this is always なければいけません。Yes, so verb negative. Verb negative. なければいけません。So there is no like a 行けばいけません。行けば basically leads to the positive result. So this is another
Negative.
thing. Yes. So we often use with something by conditional with positive result. 走れば間に合います。Get on time. 走れば間に合います。たくさん勉強すればお母さんが喜びます。毎日レッスンすれば上手になります。Okay. So, what else? What else? Make a one more sentence. But.
ああー。えー、
Yes?
そうではさぼと。
Okay, let me say. じゃあ、ネットフリックスを見れば、
ネットフリックスを見れば。
ネットフリックスを使えば、
いいですよ。
いい。It is positive, but for example, ネットフリックスを使えば、日本語のサブタイトルが見れますよ。ネットフリックスを使えば、ドイツ語でも見られますよ。So this kind of sentences leads to potential. 飛行機に乗れば明日日本に行けますよ。行ける potential. That's a one kind. Okay. So there's a one very interesting argument Andy had. So let's listen at 37 minutes 27. 37:27.
Between tara, so for example, kitara in this case, keepens here, between tara, so for example, kitara in this case, kitara, nara, kuru nara, and ba. So what are the, we've got all these ifs, so what is the difference? So these sentences explain it pretty clearly. So the first sentence is with da. So Ando-san ga kitara kairimasu. This means if or when, depending on the context, Ando-san comes, I will go home. So if we know that Ando-san is coming, we know for a fact he's coming, then this means when Ando-san comes, I will go home. So the condition upon which I will go home is that he arrives. So Ando-san ga kitara kairimasu. Now the context is that we're not sure he's coming or not. Then Ando-san ga kitara kairimasu. Then it means if Ando-san comes, I'll go home. But basically what's important is that when he gets here, I'll go. Okay? So the next one is nara. So Ando-san ga kuru nara kairimasu. If it's true that Ando-san will come, I'll go home. Now, he doesn't actually have to show up. This doesn't matter. Like, there's no, like, tada, when he gets there, I'm gonna go home. So the condition for me going home is him arriving. The condition for me going home in this case is whether or not it's true that he's coming. So this sentence is kind of rough in this situation. It's like, oh, if he's coming, I'm going home. He doesn't have to arrive before I go home. It's the fact that he's coming. If that is true, then I'm going home. So there's a big difference between those two there. I hope you can see that. The next one is Ando-san ga kureba kaerimasu. So this one is, if Ando-san comes, I'll go home. If not, I'll stay. So this is sort of putting some emphasis on that condition. If he comes, I'll go. So, and when he arrives. So when he arrives, if he comes, I'll go home. And when he arrives, I will go home. So the condition of me going home is him arriving. That's what it's focusing on, more on the condition. That's it. It's a little bit more focused on the condition than this one up here, which is just like, it's more focused on me going home. And here's the condition for me going home, whereas this one is more focused on the condition of Ando-san ga kureba kaerimasu. If Ando-san comes, I'll go home. And then if that condition is not met, I'm not going to go home. I'm going to stay. So that's the more important part of this. But these are often interchangeable for when it's uncertain if the person is coming. If it's uncertain whether or not the person is coming, then they're somewhat interchangeable. If we know for a fact they're coming, you're probably going to go with tara more often. But nara is very different from these, and that should express it.
All right. Okay, did you get this difference? たら、なら、ば、ゆきこ。安藤さんが来たら帰ります。What did Andy explain?
So after Ando-san ga kitara is two activities. So after Ando-san ga kuru, then I will go home. So first action is Ando-san ga kuru, and the second action is I will go home. And then so Ando-san ga kureba kaerimasu is like when if Ando-san come to event, Ando-san come to event, I will go home. But if Ando-san, I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I think it's very important about tara conditional is tara is always determine the order of the action order. So what is order? First action. Ando-san ga kuru. This has to happen first. So after the first event, the main event only takes place. Yes. So the order is like, okay, let's say event 1, then event 2. Yes, this is very, very strong. Like you cannot change. Okay, Ando-san ga kuru nara kaerimasu. Actually, it doesn't have to be event 1 and event 2 is this order. So, Ando-san ga kuru nara kaerimasu. Okay, so it's okay. It's possible. Ando-san ga kuru, then this person home like tara. But at the same time, it is also possible. Oh, that's the case. I will go home. And even we don't know if Ando-san will come.
With event one.
Yes. So, okay, if event 1 is conditioned, then main clause still takes place. Okay, if that's the case, I go home. Ando-san ga kuru that's the case. If it's already decided. If it's the case, I go home. And Ando-san ga kuru nara kaerimasu. But it's also case like, okay, until Ando-san comes, this person might stay here. Ando-san ga kuru nara kaerimasu. So what you can see here, Nara's flexibility is actually Nara can go both ways. So allows two different sequence. So so and you see this Tara's inflexibility. If you use Tara, the order of the events are already set. Okay, Ando-san ga koreba kaerimasu. How can you describe?
Ando-san ga kureba kaerimasu. So If Ando-san come,
Mhm.
so I will go home.
Yeah, still event 1 has to happen first before the event 2. So in a way, Tara and but you see here is very similar because order is same. And Ando-san が来れば帰ります is like a condition. So event A, then event 2 帰ります happened. That kind of implies, okay, if Ando-san doesn't come, I stay.
Doesn't. So yeah, I stay.
Mhm.
来
So,
なければ。
um,
安藤さん来なければいます。
right. So it's more, yeah, sounds
But
that
like it's depends on the situation.
exactly. 安藤さんが来なければ帰りません。
帰りません。
That's kind of we receive from this. Yeah. But we don't think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
depends on the situation.
Mhm. So, but in the Genki textbook, they emphasize like positive potential outcome. That's true, but yeah, also like a disorder. Order, of course, is important. Like because you are making the conditional clause, subclause, then make main clause. So subclause and the main clause order, you always have to think about. And you pick one conditional tool of grammar points. And so far we learned Tara, Nara, Ba, and To. And basically, yeah, although To is not coming on this argument here, but these conditional are often used like interchangeably. So it's not like reset. Oh, this sentence, you only can use Tara. Oh, this sentence, but there's another, but there's the other side. Oh, this sentence, you cannot use this one. That exists. For example, Ando-san が来るなら帰ります. If you want to describe this feeling, okay, if that's the case, if that's true, I go home before Ando-san comes. Then you only can use nara. You cannot use, of course, tara. You, of course, cannot use ba. You only can use nara, right? So you, in a way, yeah, some parts you really have to know that each conditional characteristic. However, most of the case actually you can use interchangeably. That's also that true. All right, that's the bar conditional. Do you wanna anything question about or something to add? Okay,
Nothing.
great.